Do you remember Bill Bixby?
Yes.
Do you remember William Shatner?
Yes, I remember working with both of them, but I didn't remember that's what it was on.
Well, see, that's what we're talking about, a forgotten show.
That's right.
Hi, I'm Rob Ward, and I'm going to try to get this right today because we are lucky to have a special guest today, Donna Mills, who was in Knots Landing, but we're going to talk about her Westerns. She played the daughter in a two-part episode of Gunsmoke, the daughter of Morgan Woodward. She also did a couple of other Westerns. We're going to find out more about them. Please welcome Donna Mills. Glad you're here.
Thank you.
Please have a seat.
Thank you.
So Westerns are a unique American form of entertainment that the Italians have embraced, the Japanese have embraced, actually Seven Samurai. All of those are essentially Westerns. Mm-hmm. You've done some of the most interesting ones, I think. You know, a series that I liked a lot. It was sort of a version of The Big Valley, only instead of Barbara Stanwyck, they had Andrew Duggan, and a couple of sons, James Stacy and Wayne Maunder, but you guest starred in that early on.
I did. It was part of a deal. I was doing a soap opera in New York, and when it came to renegotiating my contract on that soap opera, because it was a soap opera that we put on the air, it was a new one, it was called Love is Many Splendid Thing. And so I knew that I didn't want to stay in New York, I wanted to come out here to LA. So I said, okay, as part of, if you want me to re-sign, you have to give me nighttime guest shots. And the girl who played my sister, Leslie Charlson, and I went in and negotiated together, which is why we got what we wanted, because they could do without one of us, but they couldn't do without both of us. And so we got that in our contracts, and one of the shows that I came out to do was Lancer. The other one was Dan August with Burt Reynolds.
Oh, yeah.
And that was what led to play Misty for me, because Burt ran into Clint in a bar one night, and Clint said, I'm looking for a girl for this movie I'm doing, play Misty for me, I can't find somebody I like. Burt said, well, I just worked with this girl from New York, maybe you'd like her. Showed him the dailies, and he hired me right from that. I never met him before I started the movie.
And that was the first film Clint directed, too.
It was. And even then, I mean, he was, as Tim said, he was simple. He wanted it, he didn't want a lot of takes, he didn't have a lot to say to the actors. He hired who he wanted, who he thought was best and right, and figured they could do it. And he brought that movie in under budget and under time, his first movie. So you know that he really knew what he wanted. He was wonderful to work with. And
the first time you met him then, after he saw your dailies, what was he like in your interview?
It wasn't an interview, it was in the bar of the hotel the night before we started shooting. Because I'd finished the soap on a Friday, came to LA, costumed on Saturday, was up there in Carmel on Sunday and started shooting on Monday. So Sunday night was the first time I got to meet him, walked into the bar and there he was. And first of all, he was gorgeous, as you all know, but I mean drop dead gorgeous. I was like, and he was just a love, you know, really sweet, very easygoing, very underplayed and everything. And it was just, you know, as Tim said about a lot of things, it was a dream come true. To get a movie like that out of kind of nowhere, never having an audition for it or anything, was like wonderful.
And then it becomes a monster hit, too.
Yeah.
He had his good luck charm in that film, too, Don Siegel.
Don played a role,
Murph, the
bartender in that. Yeah, he was lovely, man, lovely. But yeah, you know, they were very close. Yeah.
Well, it's nice that that first film worked so well for him, and that he already knew how efficient he should be. Well, he had done 7 years of Rawhide, too.
Yes, but he didn't direct it.
No.
No.
But it's amazing that he didn't so many years, because he did have the clout to probably do that. But he, from what I understand, he observed all of the different directors just to see what was effective and what wasn't.
I think that he really wanted a piece of material that he really believed in and loved and everything. And every nuance of that movie was him. He was so excited about the song, the first time ever I saw your face, that he'd found to put over the montage and that. And he brought me into his trailer. He said, you have to listen to this song. This is the song that's going to go under. And I didn't know that there was going to be a nude scene. It didn't say that in the script. And he was so lovely about it, because I said, oh, what's my mommy going to say? and he said, you know what? And he really meant this. We'll shoot it. If you don't like it, or you think it's salacious or not beautiful or whatever, I won't put it in the movie.
He's always given women great roles, his whole career. Yeah,
yeah. He was very, very respectful of women and really very nice about how he approached that, because he knew that made me uncomfortable.
Well, he grew up in that area too, so he was familiar with it, and he sure captured the location like great Western directors do by using the landscape as a character. Well, Carmel, that was a character in the film too.
Oh, absolutely, and a place that he loved, still loves, you know, owns a lot of property up there, and a lot of property that we shot Play Misty For Me on. Beautiful. And he actually later, I think actually maybe a year or two later, built a home right on that promontory where we had a scene overlooking the ocean and that.
Wow, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, let's get back to Lancer, because Jim Stacy, I remember that show. He was just so charismatic. What was he like at that time?
Well, first of all, another one, gorgeous. I mean, yeah, really great looking guy, and really nice, you know, easy to work with. I had ridden horses because I did that in Chicago, where I'm from, but I wasn't real good at it yet. And he was really nice about helping me with that, and you know, teaching me a little more about riding and that. So it was nice.
Well, he was a good hand, and it shows in the show.
Yeah.
Another Western that you did was the Oregon Trail.
Do you know, I don't remember that.
Wow. Well, I've got stills, I've got frame grabs, but you know, it's very discreet though. Very nice. They look good.
I don't.
Do you remember Bill Bixby?
Yes.
Do you remember William Shatner?
Yes, I remember working with both of them, but I didn't remember that's what it was on.
Well, see, that's what we're talking about, a forgotten show.
That's right.
The Oregon Trail. Nobody, Rod Taylor. Remember Rod Taylor?
Yeah.
He was the lead.
Wow.
People remember Rod Taylor, right? Okay.
And who was I?
You were the girl with the red ribbon.
Okay.
They call it Scarlet Ribbon was the name of that episode.
Really?
And in fact, I have a frame grab of you, and this long red ribbon is hanging down, and it's scarlet.
Huh. Okay.
So that's it. But I don't remember it either because I've never seen it. So let's talk about something else then.
Okay.
Let's talk about somebody that was a dear friend. You played his daughter. I hope you remember him,
yes.
Morgan Woodward.
I do.
And a two-part Gunsmoke episode. Yeah.
Although I didn't remember it was a two-part. I guess I sort of remember it as one experience because we must have shot the whole thing together.
Well, it must have been very good because then they let it expand, and there weren't that many two-parters, but this was one of them.
Yeah, yeah.
And the premise is that your dad, Morgan, and your mom is killed, attacked by renegade Indians, and he comes back. He wants them taken care of, but there's an attorney who is, we find out later in the episode, is actually Native American as well, and he's defending the Indians. What was Morgan like?
I just remember, because obviously at that time I was very new to Hollywood and very intimidated by just being on the show, being on Gunsmoke. And I just remember him being really kind and really nice and making me comfortable, making me feel okay so that I could act. Because if you're all nervous and that, you know, nothing comes out. So I just remember him being really nice and really nice to work with. You know, really easy to work with, kind of drew you in as a good actor will do, you know. So I liked him very, very much.
Well, he was special, and he was able to play different roles in a lot of various Gunsmoke episodes too. So you were in a classic show with a classic gentleman.
Yes, yes, it's true.
Well, another Western series that people recognize the title is Young Maverick.
Right.
Do you recognize that title?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, good, because you were in one.
Well, I was going to say, was I in it? Oh my God.
Dead Man's Hand was the name of the episode, and Dobie Carey was in that, Harry Carey Jr., and Howard Duff, a lot of people.
Howard Duff, and Howard Duff did Knots. And one of the great, I think, lines that I ever had as Abby on Knots Landing was Howard Duff was talking about, you know, how a woman this and a woman that, and he calls me Cookie, and I just look at him and I say, don't call me Cookie.
Well, you were a mean girl on that show. Yeah.
Not me.
And I think you must have gotten married and divorced 5 or 6 times, it seemed like, on that show.
Yeah.
Yeah?
So?
Well, it was prime time. I guess that was good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she had to do something.
Well, the show was a huge hit. And William Devane, who's done some Westerns himself.
Yeah.
One of those marriages, you were married to him, I think.
I was.
Yes.
I was. He was one of my favorite husbands, actually. Yeah. No, I love Bill. And actually, Bill, you know, is very, not involved with Westerns as much as horses, because he owns, or he did own, I don't know if he still does, the Polo Club down in La Quinta.
We used to see him at the Equestrian Center where they used to have the Saturday night polo games.
Yeah. He played, and he...
and Alex Cord played in those too. That was great.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I remember going there and watching Prince Charles play there. That was fun. Well, how about this jacket that I went into the back of my closet to find today, because I said, I don't have too many Western clothes anymore. Let's see what I can find.
It looks great, and what we always like is for people not to wear black, because then you pop. But you must have known that.
Of course.
You look great.
Thank you.
A friend of mine did a series that's not a Western that you made an appearance in early on too, Banyan, Robert Forster's show.
Right, yes.
Yeah, set in the 30s, sort of a TV noir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved those kinds of, it's one of the reasons as an actor I like Westerns. I hate to say it, but it's because of the costumes. I love costume things. That's why I love Banyan. I did another one called City of Angels that was a 30s.
With Wayne Rogers.
That's right. Yeah.
Stephen Bochco, I think.
Yeah. You know everything.
I just happen to know that. You know.
It's amazing, isn't it? Yeah. It's really amazing. But yes, I do remember Banyan, and you know, the hairstyles, the costumes, everything. It's really, I think, for me anyway, as an actor, really fun to transform totally like that. I love that. And it's one of the reasons Westerns are so much fun.
Well, and Westerns too, then did you watch Westerns? Do you have a Western actor or favorite Western that means a lot to you?
I always liked watching them. I actually, I hadn't thought about this for a long time, but I had a dog who used to love to watch Westerns. And you could tell he was really watching, because when the horses ran across the screen like that, he would watch them. So, you know, I was watching a lot of Westerns, but I think my favorite may be one of Clint's, The Unforgiven.
Oh, it's a great film, isn't it?
Yeah, I loved it.
You know, what's nice is that film brought back Westerns to the forefront for a while. It got Best Picture, he got Best Director.
Yeah.
It was a wonderful film.
Yeah.
They built that town,
yeah.
And a great
And Westerns
story.
hadn't been popular for a while when that movie came out, so.
Yeah, Gene Hackman was so strong in that too.
Everyone.
Yeah.
It was
Frances,
so good.
Frances is great
Frances,
in that too.
yeah, I love Frances.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
a good actress.
Yeah.
And so are you.
Oh, thank you.
You know, so
You're sweet.
we need to get you to do more westerns.
I'm available.
You know? Yeah. Good. Well, we need to get more westerns in.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I want to thank you for being here, remembering your westerns, and our friend Morgan Woodward today.
Yeah.
Too.
A dear man.
I'm glad you're here. Thank you, Donna.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have fun?
Yes.
I'm glad. Thank you. My name is Rob Word, and we love bringing these programs to you. We've got a lot more scheduled coming up. We post a new one every single week, and we want you to subscribe, like, and share. Thanks for watching.